Hi, welcome back to Gay's Planet. We're two boyfriends kiki about all things K-pop.
Ew, no.
Yes. I'm Miles.
I'm Andy.
So this is a show you know and love, but now that we are no longer just looking at Boys Planet or like recapping kind of post-Boys Planet, it's kind of turning into like a month in review of K-pop show. So we remixed and remastered, and we have some segments. It's kind of what Andy called a magazine show.
We're like the Harper's Bazaar of K-pop.
Journalism.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We are interviewing twice at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Tui will speak for the first time.
So our first segment is called Gay Watch. So we wanted to share with y'all a show that we watched. We watched Universe Ticket. We watched it after it had concluded. Andy, can you just give me one sentence on our thoughts on the show?
It's just Girls Planet done better.
It is Girls Planet done right. It's Boys Planet done right. To me, it's the best, like, Produce 101, like, that style of show.
We didn't have to watch them play any games.
No.
That's a win for the viewer.
We didn't have one episode that's just eliminations.
Oh, yeah.
Like this, so Universe Ticket, like, we loved. It's all on YouTube. It's totally illegally on YouTube by a million different people, so, like, you can have your pick of what subtitles you want.
What the girls are saying.
Yeah, like,
you
honestly,
can choose.
different people translated it, but it's all on YouTube. It's only 90 minutes per episode, and there's only 10 episodes, so it's only going to take you 15 hours, which, I don't know.
That's one episode of Girls Planet.
Yeah. And this was just such a... I think that... Who made this show? KBS? SBS? Whoever's not Mnet. I think maybe it's KBS. They looked clearly at, like, what Mnet had done, and they're like, okay, how do we make this way better?
And how do we get a group of talented girls that aren't just the most popular?
Yes. Yeah, this show, it took us back a little bit to Girls Planet, where they had the Planet Pass, and there was a little bit more, like, the judges, or whatever, the star creators were trying to...
I think we were the star creators.
Oh, fuck. Whatever the judges were, Sunmi and Tiffany... They were trying to, like, oh, this person's talented, but they're not popular. Let's push them through. That was so much more a part of this show, and we always liked the judges. In my mind, there's no public vote on a show like this.
On Universe Ticket?
No, like, in general, like, I would watch a show where there's no public vote. I would prefer that.
Absolutely.
That's, like, why we like Neezy Project.
Yeah.
And A2K. So, in this show, like, the judges every single round are giving girls a unicorn ticket, which puts them through the next round, and they don't have to survive a public vote. And they even get to unicorn ticket somebody multiple people into the final group.
And it was, like, really about talent for most of the girls. And it was about growth. The judges loved growth.
And the contestants grew, too.
Oh, yeah.
This show doesn't really put the focus on the trainers. The trainers are invisible until they want to show you them, like the dance trainers and vocal trainers, like, you never see. But they're there. They are clearly training these girls. And, like, there's a girl, Eunhyung. I don't know if you remember her. She's the one that raps in a Blackpink song, and she raps off key, which I've never heard. I don't even know how you speak off key, but she does. But then she's eventually eliminated, but she gets better and better every round. They're like, okay, wow, she's improving. Her rap is better. Her dance is better. Like, she's getting attention. So, like, even the worst people are improving.
And they just had the girls doing very fun songs.
Yes.
Not just like, here's the Blackpink round, here's a BTS song.
Yes.
This was just like, we are doing like what your mom was listening to.
Well, yeah, there's a round of the show, and it's not even themed about this, but it's themed around producers. They bring in, like, Galactica, who's produced for, like, ITZY and other groups, and they bring in whoever Adora and her friend are, like, on a label. They bring in, like, 3 or 4 different producer teams. And the producers are there the whole show, just remixing everything. So they have this round of the show that's just basically, like, all first generation, like, K-pop songs, like, early 2000s and 90s remix. And the remixes sound like they could be on an aespa album.
Oh, yeah, the remixes were great.
It's like, what if Next Level had sex with first gen K-pop? Like, I'm like, can we get those on Spotify? And we've gone back and watched, like, these performances because the songs are so good and the performances are so good and the styling
is
good.
Costuming is great.
Yeah. So it's just, like, way more intentional than, like, a Boys Planet or a Girls Planet, I think.
But I would say you don't get to know the girls as well. There are, like, definite main characters.
Yeah.
And if you're a tertiary character, like, you can make it to the final and we had no idea who you were.
Yeah. Because the show moves faster. Like, there's less games. There's less, like, who's main vocal? There's less of that. Yeah, you do get to know them less.
Oh, yeah. And on this show, the producers were assigning parts, which they didn't do on Girls Planet. They just let, like,
There's a lot more of them in the studio. Like, a lot more of the girls, like, in the studio, and then the producers would kind of be like, I know you want to be main vocal, but you're not. And then
you're not good enough.
And then she cries, and then I'm like, is it awkward to be a producer that's, like, making a 15-year-old girl cry? I feel like as the producer, I'd be like, suck it up. Like, you can't cry at work, basically.
I also thought it was fun that each elimination, there's kind of a different twist. Like, you could perform, and then if you're the worst in your group, even if you were a high tier, you could be eliminated.
There on the stage.
On the spot, like 10 minutes after you perform. Yeah. Or the producers could eliminate you at one point.
Yeah. The show is always keeping things interesting, and that's the kind of last thing I want to talk about is the twists. There's a twist probably every episode.
Yeah, a girl gets in the group before the show is done.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Because of the format of the show, if you reach the top tier, then you insta-debut, and you can do that if it's not the finale, and that happens. Like, there's just twists. I'll just say the first twist. I don't want to spoil any of the other ones, but the first episode, all the girls are pre-ranked before the show starts. And then the girls that are in, there's like 80 girls. The girls that are in the top 40 get to watch 15-second clips of the bottom 40 and say, I want to go against this girl, like lip sync for your lifestyle, basically. Like, I want to perform against her and then see which one of us is better. So they're all just being like sizing up the competition. A lot of girls bite off more than they can chew, where they're like, I think this 80th girl sucks. And then she's like doing drop splits and like...
yeah, trounces her.
And like, so it just sets up...
Or one girl is like, I used to know this girl and I don't like her. Yeah. I want to go with her.
Oh my God, yeah. 2 of these girls are on a children's TV show. They worked on a children's TV show together and they're like, I hate her. So it sets up storylines that way. Like, highly recommend. Like, go watch Universe Ticket now if you haven't. I feel like...
I mean, if you made it through Girls Planet, this will be like, it feels like a commercial break. It's so short.
I was talking to my twin brother on the phone, and I was like, this show was healing. I'm healed by this show compared to, like, the Planet shows. But not the Gays Planet show, obviously, we stand. Thank you, guys.
And that's Gay Watch.
Yeah. So next we're gonna put Baby in a corner, and we're gonna go to Comeback Corner. So this is just where we... hit on some comebacks from the last month of K-pop.
I think you should say comebacks. It's so funny.
Cuntback? I know. I'm like, should we say cuntback corner? Or just like, these are the cuntbacks and these are the comebacks? So, I think the big comebacks this month were kind of, to me, just like, okay.
Things you would add to a playlist, but not songs you're seeking out.
Yeah. So, the Sserafim, which is kind of one of Andy's groups, right? Like,
I pay attention to them.
Well,
we watched their documentary, which was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel like Les Sserafim, kind of the most exciting thing about them was the documentary. And
I love Fearless. I love the choreography.
And the first album, that first mini.
Oh, their albums are great. Like, everything that's not their main single is great.
The world is my oyster. That was the peak. Watashi wa nanan yo soy. They should branch out into more languages.
They need to do Spanish.
Oh, I know. It's a matter of time.
To me, they're like the cool girls that we're always going to pay attention to, since Blackpink does nothing. Yeah. But that doesn't always mean that they're good.
Yeah, Les Sserafim to me is like the most American-sounding K-pop group now, especially with this new song Easy and Smart. These 2 new songs, which they're fine. I don't care about.
I literally cannot. I've listened to Easy like 20 times. And I cannot remember how it goes. So to me, that is a sign that it's a dud.
Gonna make it something look easy. God, what if the Seraphim made a song called Sleazy? God.
Are they gonna make one?
Come on.
What if they just made a song called Cunt?
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Crazy, sexy, cunt.
Crazy cuckoo.
Yeah. And then Smart is just the song Woman by Doja Cat. Smart, smart, let me be your woman.
I'm a smarter, baby, smarter. Smarter, baby, smarter. 하늘 보면 별까지 깜빡했어 똘까지. Wanna be a woman. Let me be your woman. Woman, woman, woman. I can be your woman.
Like, and I'm sure Doja...
Rumors by Hot Produced 5.
Oh, Rumors from Produce 101.
Yeah, which their group was called like Produce Hot.
Hot Producers of Korea or something. Yeah, the song is just like rumor, gossip.
Yeah, it's just that song.
It's that.
Which that song's amazing.
Oh, I know. 그렇게 말해봐.
그렇게 말해봐 날 사랑한다고 그렇게 말해봐
Twice also came back with Youth. That's the album, With Youth. There's a dash. Twice is like, to me, as they've been like, we're mature now, have gotten a little bit less.
They're like adult contemporary.
Yeah. Like, to me, Twice, like, they are, you have to think about who, or like what girls are in a group. That's the DNA of Twice. Twice to me is like a meme factory. Like, that's what they started as, was like TT, Signal, like Ooh Ah. Like, all that stuff is like,
Silly.
silly. Dahyun is silly. Sana is inherently silly. Like, it's just like a silly group. So now when they're like, wait, are we
We are women.
women? But they still sound like Sana's voice is still in there. Dahyun is still like cheesily smiling in the music videos. Like, it's like, it's not them. Not in a, I mean, I still like, I love the members of Twice, but like, and I think with Scientist or like Talk That Talk or even Set Me Free, like, it's still, it was a good balance. But with other stuff like Moonlight Sunrise and like One Spark, it's just like doesn't have,
It's like sultry adult, which
they're trying to be sultry, and I'm like, but Dahyun can never be so, like, she's not here to be sultry.
Poor girl.
It's just weird when they're all like in lingerie being like,
lingerie and ripped sweaters. That's like
Yeah.
what era of Twice we're in.
yeah, it's
But I'm
so
like, the
weird.
song is good.
Yeah, it's okay. I was listening to the album, and my favorite song on the album was the final song, You Get Me.
Cause you get me. Oh, when I'm with you, I'm my best me. Lately, I've been feeling like everything's enough. No one can love you. got me. I could be the one if you let me. Lately, I've been feeling like everything's enough. 네 곁에 있으면.
And then I was listening to Nunu, and I'm like, ooh, should Nunu have been the title? Was kind of my thought. And I like I Got You. Go look up the I Got You live stage. It's really cool. They're like using a standing mic, and they're like, they each get their own backup dancers. Like, I Got You, I think, is cooler. One Spark to me is kind of getting lost.
Oh, I can never remember the name of it.
I mean, I can go on forever. I just feel like the Twice styling is also, to keep it on the styling, like Universe Ticket had great styling. The Twice styling is letting me down, especially because my bias is Junghyun, and once she gained weight, they just like didn't know what the fuck to do with her, and it's been years and they can't figure it out. So that, like,
We saw her shoulders though.
we saw her armpits, which she would never show before. That,
I think
like,
this is also a little bit unfair because I'm like, they look great, but you just don't like that on Twice.
yeah, I don't like when they're just like half naked in ripped sweaters. Like, to me, I want a concept. Like,
I think their
want
concept is like a little bit like post-apocalyptic.
yeah, post-apocalyptic, but I'm like cozy.
They're like what Mirage was, the dress that Mirage made.
Yes, yeah. Is Mirage from Drag Race designing for Twice? They've had such style heights for me, like Fancy and More, which I don't like that song, but that was such cool styling, and now I feel like they don't.
But, sweetie, they've had some lows.
Oh,
we
I
have
know.
seen them
Oh.
in like,
Feel Special,
yeah.
the slutty Barbie clothes that everyone loved, and it's so bad.
They've had some lows, so I'm like, let's take this win
Yeah.
when we can get it.
Yeah.
Because I think they look great. I think you're
Do you think Junghyun looks great in the crap they're putting her in?
better than what she. At least she's not in a business suit. Sometimes I just put her in a business suit, and Chewie is wearing like nipple,
like,
he's like wearing nipple tassels, and like a heart over her vagine.
Yeah, I think it's also sad that like in the era where in the last few years where Twice has just started showing more and more skin, coincides with Junghyun gaining weight and them trying to cover her up, and it's just I wish they could strike a balance.
Free her arms.
Okay, I mean, comeback of the month, less to say just because it was good, but Moonbyul from Mamamoo. I don't really pay attention to her. I've like listened to her. She has a lot of solo stuff, but she has a new song called Touchin' and Movin', and it sounds like Moonbyul doing 17. And I highly recommend. We'll cut it in.
Rhythm, yeah. 네 맘을 touch and moving. 시동을 걸어 다시 춤추게. Stop. 그런 반응은 텐션을 더.
It's so fun. It's one of those songs that it's over 3 minutes, and it's one of those songs that just keeps, you never get bored because there's always something new. Like, there's a distorted electric guitar, now she's rapping, now she's hitting a high note, now it's a breakdown, like, just keeps rolling until the end. Also, I want to shout out to, if we have time, Gravity came back this month. I pay attention to them sometimes because they have some fun pop songs. They're from the same label as, wow, don't quote me, but I think they're from the same label as IVE. I think they're from Starship. They have a B-side called Mister, which sounds like if When I Grow Up by the Pussycat Dolls had sex with Sorry Sorry from Super Junior, and it's great.
Say my name one time when you feel it, let's go.
깜찍하게 보내 더 짙어지는 echoes 작은 호흡마저 change 처음 느낀 낯선 기분 Mr.
Because it
When
goes,
I Grow Up.
na 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 na, like that's the riff in this, and I'm like, isn't that the When I Grow Up?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's...
Oh, that song is so good. Is that the one that somebody else sang? Oh, no, that's Hot. That's Doja.
What do you mean somebody else? Was offered to somebody else?
No, someone else. It's on someone else's album. We listened to it in Greece.
Oh, and it was like not right.
Yeah, it's just like some R&B singer who's like, don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like moi?
God, I love when you can listen to like other versions of songs. Like we just listened to Party in the USA by Jessie J, who originally was 4. It's not right.
Her tee and her cardigan says it all.
Yeah, and she goes, I think I'm gonna like the USA.
Yeah, there's like 9 ounces of cool in her version of the song.
So for our final segment, we're calling it Oh My Gator.
That's the Britney Spears song that you don't know.
So it's just like, you know, what's coming up next? What are we excited about? So on our Gator coming up, Chungha's coming back with a song called Eeny Meeny.
It's about how small her face is.
Yeah. It's getting smaller. Vicha is coming back. It's been so long. It's been 2 days.
The B-side for Chungha's is I'm exhausted.
Yeah. She is, though.
I know, didn't she say, I just want to stop dancing?
Yeah, and now she's on a radio show that films 7 days a week. And she's like, so what are the hours of the show? And they're like, it's Monday through Sunday.
She's like, is there a day between Sunday and Monday?
Vicha is coming back with, I mean, they never left, with Only One on March 15th, and then...
Which the instrumental for the teaser sounded amazing to me.
Watch the teaser for Only One by Vicha. It sounds like Stacey. It's just a Stacey song. And then Eunice, which is the girls that came out of Universe Ticket, are debuting on my older brother's birthday, March 27th. So happy early birthday, Nick.
Is the song called Nick?
It's called Knick Knack. Paddywhack.
Yeah, I saw a teaser photo, and I couldn't even, like, recognize who the person was.
Oh, from the group?
Yeah.
That's what I love. When they just give them whole new faces, skin, hair.
Yeah.
Age them up, age them down.
Make them look like the other people in the group.
Yes. Clone them.
But sometimes it's just for the best. Like when Bahia got her blonde hair.
Oh.
Now she can never go back.
Or
Poor
pink
girl.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to me, like, if you have blonde hair, it's easy to do pink.
Yeah. Well, you've already bleached it. Then you just...
And I feel like that's very common to go, like, lavender gray.
Probably when you go blonde and then it starts to grow out or starts to yellow, maybe they're like, we'll bleach it and now what do you want to stay this or do you want to go pink? Or do you want to go turquoise?
Turquoisey.
Mom, my turquoisey hurts. So that's the show. It's quick. So to take us out, we just want to kind of end the episode on a Lost and Found. A K-pop song that you might have missed that can kind of take us out of the show, and Andy has one.
I've just been listening to Cosmic Girls recently, which never get talked about on Reddit or anything. I never see mentions of them.
I think they're like much bigger in Korea than they are.
Yeah. But not in America.
No.
But their songs are so good. They just like build and build and build and just
explode.
It's perfect. But they have like a cool, slick song called Easy, which is a much better version of a song called Easy than the Seraphim's.
This is the definitive Easy.
Yeah.
The one by Uju Sonia, Cosmic Girls.
Uju Sonia.
So, yeah, we're going to leave you guys on Easy. That's our show. We have an Instagram. It's at Gaze Planet Pod. And thank you for listening.
Ciao.
Fighting. Ciao, Bella.
It's so